So I should talk about the experiences I have um, with the supernatural. Um, People say it's schizophrenia, but I know 100% it's real. It's supernatural. So I have really bad OCD right now. So I have to check things and it's so hard for me to focus, but yeah. My third eye opened like this here. So I have had issues with that um, for many years now. So I should talk more about this. At least this is real. So I think it's the hardest to start, to begin something. So, third eye. I have a lot of issues with that. Um, so I hear voices, but I hear voices in the volume, in the way of like thoughts. So I don't hear voices outside of my head. I hear them inside here in my mind. So I know no one can hear them because I know people can't read my thoughts. So you can't hear what I hear. It's in the thoughts, but it has to do with ascension. It has to do with spiritual things. So they are spiritual nature. And have you noticed how schizophrenia is always spiritual? They're always like religious, those experiences and stuff like that. So the same is what I experience. I experience of spiritual nature too. So yes, I personally experience telepathy. um, I can get in contact with people by my mind. And can you wait a little moment? I have to pause this. So I was just checking one thing. So, yeah, I don't like talking about these things because I would want to be normal. So I have to practice talking about this and focusing and stuff like that, but it's going really well. But yeah, I experience personally a lot of telepathic um, things. And when I say that, it's like I can't read just anything, just like any thoughts. It's not like that. Like I can, like, haha, I can read your thoughts. It's more like, and now I have to say this, and I mean it. Like this world, um, the spiritual world, they have the upper hand. They are in control, not you. And this is what I did not realize earlier. So I did not realize, pausing again. I have really bad OCD at the moment. So I did not realize that they have the upper hand. And when I say on my Facebook page that like it's not in your hands, I really mean it. It's not in your hands. This spiritual world, that spiritual world, you think with your ego that you can make it, you can do it. And that's what you do with those think about it, like those drugs. You think you can do it and like we are so cocky, we're so arrogant. We're so confident naturally, we humans. We think so much of ourselves. We project what we are. So we think we have control of it. We think we can have control of something. We think we can do it, that you are ready, that a little pause again. So I'm gonna do this pauses, okay? Because I can pause the video because I have that kind of a phone. So I lose focus and I have to work with this, with what I have. So we think we can manage things. We think we can do it. We think we are ready. And for me, I was so young. And like maybe many, I had a mother who was into um, spirituality, and she was doing Divi Tarot, and she was doing like tarot things and astrology, and she got me into astrology too. And I was so young. And so I started going into spiritual things. So I started going into the spiritual, like themed things. But the thing is, I did not realize what it was. And I did not understand. I'm feeling 100% calm now. Like, there are Reiki and all these things, etc. But yeah, I want to warn from that perspective that it's not in your hands, okay? It's not in your hands, and the OCD I have is also kind of in that nature. Like, it's not in my hands. Like, sometimes for some reason some things take control, and they have control. And that's what I experienced with spirituality. Like, I was so young. I was like under 18 when I started getting into astrological things. And I don't remember when I started Googling on like psychic things and stuff like that. But I started getting into like chakras at some point too. But like I started getting into psychic abilities. And there are all these clairvoyance, claircognizance. Sorry if I don't pronounce them right. The most important thing is for me to just do this video, and not how I pronounce things or how I speak. So it's more real in this way. So clairaudience, clairsentience, all these abilities. And I was like, whoa, I want to have an ability. And I did not understand. And like the third eye and everything. I also watched like this Beyonce Illuminati videos, and I would like also watch like conspiracy theories by Shane Dawson. And I did these things, and like normal people is I'm kind of like one of the people like that brought an Ouija board and started playing with it and didn't know where it would lead. So I didn't understand because no one warned me about it. Like what it will do. What it will do like to you. I did not understand what happens when your third eye opens. And all my voices I hear in my mind that are like in the volume of thoughts, they are from the third eye. Or like, I don't know if it's the third eye or if it's like the crown chakra. Like, I don't know like what it is, but also clairsentience. Like, I can feel things, I can feel energies. And I unfortunately I get raped, like spiritually, like physically. Kind of, I can feel it, like when someone is, I can feel when someone's turned on. And I don't understand how this would be a pleasant experience. I also hear laughter, like they will laugh to me at me, and it's just not normal. And that's why people are like, that's schizophrenia. Like that's, but it's all spiritual. And I don't care if people will think I'm insane or crazy and call this schizophrenia. I heard now a thought, train of thought, or like a sentence like you're gifted. No, this is not a gift. This is a gift and a curse. So I can also have pleasant experiences. So don't worry if you have also gone too far already and you have had the Pandora's box in your hand and it opened and you weren't ready for it. So if you have, unfortunately, your third eye also opened like me, you don't have to be scared, afraid. You will make it, you will survive like me, but it's gonna be really hard. And I'm really trying to focus here to not have my OCD symptoms arriving. I can practice talking about this, but it's never gonna happen perfectly. I think this is so triggering for me to talk about. It triggers my anxiety so much. So it's really hard to talk about. I know the way I pronounce things. I'm from Finland, so it's a little bit like hard to pronounce. Like, especially now when I'm just being me. 11 minutes. I'm trying to. The pause is really helping things. So I'm really trying here. So I am in contact with psychiatry. So doctors and psychologists and and all of it, and I'm medicated, so it hasn't taken any of the voices away. So but it helps with my sleep, and I don't want to scare people, like, that you think like it's gonna be like this forever. And I just want to warn people, like, don't open your third eye, okay? It was really stupid of me to do that, and I believe it wasn't me, it was them. But because I was so interested in all these things, they opened it to me. So remember, things have control over you, and you don't have control of everything, like the universe around us. And it's like the black hole, it's like planets and all of these things. We don't have control of it. So that is one of the very basic things in spirituality. You should understand that you don't have control. So I don't want to know about meditation and stuff like that. I haven't done that because I don't want to go into that world. But I was so young. I was like in my 20s. I was I was very young when it started. When I started, it started with clairsentience, I think, more. And I could feel energies, and I could also know a person um before actually getting to know them. But well, you can see when I'm having my OCD. So I have OCD, like I have to check things. And if it takes too much of my concentration, I will pause the video and wait until it's like gone, because this really triggers anxiety in me talking about this. It has been so horrible. I'm just gonna say, it has been so horrible. It has been so terrible. This is gonna be a video to YouTube. Like, I don't care. YouTube is like, what the did you just do? But like, yeah. Uh it has been so horrible. So I can talk about this one experience I had. I was really interested in a male, and I was very young. I was like, could I have been like 16 or 17, something like that, when this happened, when I would feel his presence, or I would know that I felt something. It was something weird, okay, before I like actually saw him on the street. and with his that time of a girlfriend. So it was really weird how I could feel his energy, or that I would meet them or something like that. It was something like this. So it happened when I was very young. And I have had a lot of issues with school, and I should talk about that too, about my panic disorder that started when I was young, but I'm not going to talk about that now. So, yeah, people are like, no, you can't feel other people and you can't like feel energy and stuff like that. But like, we do have chakras, and I believe in all that 100%, and in Reiki, and I have ASMR also. Like, I can feel ASMR and I can experience it. So, but it's really a difficult world to deal with, and I'm really strong, but I hear, unfortunately, of those bullying voices in my head, and they have talked a lot about how ugly I am. And I also experienced the rape. So, yes, you can be energetically raped. And don't have me explaining what the fuck that is, but I cursed. But I have been energetically raped. So, if you don't believe in spirituality and all this stuff, then just put it on me having schizophrenia, because that is my diagnosis now. um Put it on that. But I have one of those hallucinations where I'm being raped, like literally. Like, so what happens is I will feel in my vagina, or like there, like, I don't know if it's the root chakra or what, but it's like between my legs, and it's it's at the vagina area, and I can feel energy there. So this would happen once. I was in a place, and a male came sitting, or like he sat next to me, or we were sitting next to each other. I can't talk perfectly. So, and I would feel how I would be sexually kind of like penetrated, or I could feel like some kind of turned on energy or something. And I don't know if he was because there was another woman in the room. I don't know if it was towards me, or if it was him, or if it was towards her. I don't know, but I can feel this stuff, and I can feel at a distance as well. And sometimes when I was chatting with some males on Facebook, I would feel like their sexual energy. And once I entered a chat and with a male, and I would feel his something getting turned on or something like that. Now, I'm not gonna demonstrate. The voices want me to demonstrate, like um like kind of like that telepathic thing, and I'm not into that. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it, not now. I don't want to give them the satisfaction, like, I don't want to interact with them. And that's my choice. I have noticed, like, how they have had the upper hand, and when they've had the upper hand, what they've done to me and what they've done with me. And they have treated me so badly. I'm gonna say this, so badly. I was in such a bad situation. I was like living alone. I had a problematic situation with my family, and with my mother. I argued a lot with her, and my father was distant, and my brother very distant, and I didn't have any friends or anything. So people are like, wow, you got schizophrenia from all that. But like, I don't know why they target some people, like, but I have noticed that a lot of times you might be alone, or you might be a little bit different, or you might be more sensitive, or too sensitive. But they target traumatized people. And I have heard about schizophrenic patients that have had a traumatizing life, and I just want you to understand that it doesn't mean that you went insane. It can also mean that you got targeted. Like, they want to talk to you, they want to communicate with you. It's kind of like ghosts, it's kind of like paranormal. So supernatural, paranormal, extraterrestrial. I live in a place where I'm not living in a normal apartment at the moment. So I'm living in a place, and I hope that not someone is coming behind my door soon and be like, "What are you talking about?" So so yeah, like I can show you, like so if you notice that door there, like it's not normal door. Oh, it's not normal too. So that would be amazing. Someone is like, is everything okay? Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, 21 minutes in. I just took some medication, so I'm gonna get tired soon, so I have to go to sleep. But I figured out I would talk about this, and I talk about it with an accent, but it's okay. I also love how the southern accent comes because I'm a little bit of a southern girl. So I have like a Finnish accent, but then I have also like a Swedish. Maybe I'm Finnish Swedish. So what I mean with that is I speak Swedish as mother tongue. So, but I'm Finnish too. So that's a little bit confusing, but I'm not gonna talk about that more here. So yes, it's not in your hands. So if you want to open your third eye, if you want to dig into the abilities, the psychic abilities, if you want to go into that, if you want to try on that, then do it. But it's not in your hands. Like when you open the portal to that world, which is the third eye, then you're gonna start seeing things, you're gonna hear things in your mind, and that's not fun anymore. So when you activate this third eye chakra, so oh my god, it's been hell. It has been such a hell. And you can't talk about it to psychologists or psychiatrists, or like think about it. They think it's schizophrenia, they think it's insanity. So you're just gonna seem like you're very insane, like when you talk about it. So it's like you're afraid and you want to talk to someone about it. That's how it went to me. Like it escalated 2022 or something like that. 2022. 2022. So 2022. I think that's when it escalated. It was the winter, I think. Yeah. And then at the autumn of 2022, then I went and seeked psychiatric treatment. So because I was afraid and I couldn't sleep, I did something what the voices commanded me to do, and they were like I should turn down the phone calls, like or like not go to the ADHD test, that I would get schizophrenia diagnosis. I didn't get it first, but I'm getting it now. Like I have seen the diagnosis, like what the doctor, I have been talking to doctors, so I am getting the diagnosis schizophrenia. So I know now what schizophrenia is. It's not cool. It was once a day when I didn't experience spiritual things as much. I did believe schizophrenia was a psychological torment. Like it's like a diagnosis. It's like physical, biologically, like something. But I think there are hallucinations, but I'm really questioning how much of the hallucinations are actually hallucinations and how much of it is actually real. So I believe like when some people think they are a famous person or they think they're God, that's schizophrenia. But then there's the ones, me, who actually may have real experiences. So I hope I was clear with that. So you have real experiences, and it's really hard. Like, because the whole, what are you gonna do? Like in relationships, now when I'm seeking a relationship, what am I gonna say? That, am I gonna lie? Like I hear voices from my, sorry, from my own brain, like I'm like schizophrenic, I'm like so mentally ill, and I hear voices? Or like, am I gonna like scapegoat me myself? Or am I gonna say, or and freak them out and say like I have real spiritual experiences, I can hear voices, and that's why I can't work? Because this is the thing. So when I want to cook or something like that, they can come and stir things up. They come and take away my focus. If I want to order something from the online, they come and you know, distract me. So it will take your focus away, but it's not like you can choose. Like, it, they come and they choose, so you can't trust them. You know, like that's why I say, like, it's not in your hands, like it's out of your hands. So when you open your third eye, just be ready for that. That it's kind of like intuition, you know, it doesn't care where you are, what you're doing. Like, you know, you get a bad vibe about someone, or you think like this person would be good to you, but you feel something is off. It just comes when it's like, it comes like, it comes like automatically, it comes naturally, it comes spontaneously, it comes like very like that. So you can't choose like now, and I was such this type of a person before, so you can't control it. Like, you know, like you can't choose like, later. And this is what actually fights against the today's modern society. I don't know how society was earlier, but look at Jesus and all those things. But anyways, but society today tells you that it's you have to choose, you decide, and you know, you can work on yourself and you can do better and you can better yourself. Well, that's not true with these things, because I can't choose, they choose for me. There's a higher power that has power over me. So either you believe it's schizophrenia, it's a, like a biological mental illness, it's like a psychological torture, torment, or you believe in me that it's spiritual, it's 100% clean, spiritual, and supernatural experiences. But you can choose, like me, that you don't want to mess with that world anymore, and that's what I'm doing. So I have chosen to not anymore do spiritual things. So, and it has helped me a lot. So, when I experienced what I experienced, then I understood that, whoa, this world is not in my hands. I don't have control of it. Then I realized I want to be with normal people. I want to have a normal life. I don't want to do ascension things. And so for me, I can talk about my experiences more later. Like I heard a lot of like ascension, and I was reading a lot about this on Facebook, and maybe it wasn't just me, maybe it was this world. And they just targeted me, like the chosen ones and stuff like that. So I would hear a lot of that, like ascension and like ascended master and Jesus Christ, and oh my God, like, you know, it was a lot of this stuff. So it was like telepathic, but it was like, oh, also, yeah, I would hear these voices. For one example, I can give an example here now. Like when I was alone in my apartment, there would come like a voice saying like, "Hey, can we try something with you?" And I was like, Sure. No, but like, you know what I'm saying. And I have noticed, like, if you're vulnerable, it's really bad to have these type of voices. And there should be therapy for people that have experienced this type of stuff, like, for real. Like, all those experiences, there should be like a place of no judgment, and not like be looking at the patient as being crazy and insane, but like, what are you experiencing? And let's talk about it. There should be, for spiritual experiences, support too. Like, I was in therapy, but I asked about like schizophrenia from her. um Sorry, I have hard times with good English grammar right now. I was thinking like I took the medication, so I'm gonna fall asleep, but I will notice if I fall asleep. So I think I'm fine. So half an hour, so it should be kicking in the medication, but it just makes like it easier for me to sleep, and I needed that. So I've had a lot of insomnia issues and stuff like that. So I will talk about that later in another video. But this is me like trying to wrap it up like quickly. I have talked a lot anyway, so uh, um there's a lot to talk about. Like, yes, there should be therapy for people who have experienced spiritual experiences like me, and just like experienced it, that type of stuff. And like, to be able to talk about it. And I'm gonna also throw that here now, that I took contact with a spiritual person that happened to live in the same like area like where I lived, like kind of like close to my city. And he wasn't really helping me. So I'm gonna talk about that later as well. So I'm gonna have to maybe like do this, like, I wonder how long videos I'm able to do. Like, well, you can cut it and stuff like that, but